Hey YouTube, hey, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show off my sweatshirt. My name is Joddie Taylor. The sweatshirt says, well-read black girl. I love this sweatshirt. Thank you to my cousin who gifted it to me many years ago. Today I want to talk about content creation, and if you're not convinced, I want to convince you that it can be simple and easy. First, let's talk about mindset. You could fail. You could put something out there, you could put a social media post up, you could put a YouTube video, no one likes it, no one engages, no one comments. You know, I had a podcast, Naki Says Podcast. The first year I did that podcast, I released an episode every week. For 2 years, I think, I didn't miss a week. After the first year, I still had episodes with 0 downloads. I had episodes with 5 downloads, and I promise you, family and friends, I knew exactly who the 5 people were who were listening. So yeah, I did consider it a failure at the time. I'm not going to say I feel great about it, but I wish I had expected it, and I was able to, what did they say, sit with it? I was able to get comfortable with it. Hopefully you won't need to, but be prepared to get comfortable with failure. The reason why I kept doing the podcast so long, let's talk about that. Second thing is consistency. Going into it, I was like, let me consider my energy, my bandwidth, time, money, resources, whatever. I can commit to once a week. I can do a podcast every single week. And even though nobody was listening, out of sheer habit, I just kept doing it. And then, I don't know, like after a year, maybe I was 18 months in or almost 18 months in, lo and behold, I think Google, it was always on Google Podcasts. I think that's where it really took off, was Google Podcasts. It was based, podcast platforms changed so much, but I won't go into that history, but on Google Podcasts, it really took off for some reason, but then Google Podcasts closed, and so it didn't take off anymore. But the point is, keep going, be consistent. If you do, I've also had a newsletter, and I did that once a month. If you do a newsletter once a month or a YouTube video once a month, after 2 years, you have 24 videos, 24 podcast episodes, and that's nothing to sneeze at. It takes time, it takes dedication, and you're building yourself a portfolio of sorts. Even if you don't have a website, like here's all my things. If you want to, I've done this. If you want to work with someone, if you want to apply for a job, you're applying for a job and you don't have like recent work experience, or you're applying to be an editor, a video editor, for example, but you haven't been formally hired for that. You could point to your YouTube channel and say, look, here are these 24 videos. It'll give you a sense of my vibe or how I edit. It can be used, even if you use it personally, like to edit someone's birthday party or wedding. Okay, let's talk about equipment. All you need is one mic. Do you get that Nas reference? All you need is a phone. You don't even need a tripod. How do I know that? Because I did not have a tripod. I started out with just a phone, and I would angle it on something like books. Of course, get a tripod if you want. What I'm saying is, if you have an idea and you want to do YouTube videos, turn your phone on and record it. There's a YouTuber, her name is Abena, A-B-E-N-A. When I was watching her videos, she would literally be walking down the street with her phone and talking. She'd think of something and she'd record it. She'd be on the street, you know, background moving. So that's when I say you don't need a tripod, that's what I mean. If you're thinking, I don't have the equipment, I can't do this, I can't do that, the question to ask yourself, that you may want to ask yourself, is, what can I do? You know, my first YouTube videos, if you go on this channel, the videos that I made, I think it was 2021 or 2022 and 2023, their videos, all on this laptop. I actually didn't use my phone. I would turn on Loom or Zoom, L-O-O-M, or Zoom, C-O-O-M, start a meeting in Zoom and hit record and stop, and that was the video. I did no editing, none. Nowadays, like this, I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to use iMovie. So It took me years to start editing, right? I evolved. And each time I learned how to edit something, it was Google. I had in mind exactly what I wanted to do and I didn't know how to do it. And I Googled it, or I would find a YouTube video with instructions on what I wanted to do. So if there's something you're having a problem with right now and you figure out the answer, turn on the camera and make a video about it, because I promise you someone's looking for that information too. If you have a problem that you have solved, share. Someone's going to watch that video. Someone's going to listen to that podcast. Someone's going to read that newsletter. Now, it might not be when you put it out, because you know that happened to me too. So let's talk a little bit in the next minute or so about some tools and equipment. So again, I've used my phone and laptop. That's it. I don't own a camera, but let me share some free resources. If you are stateside, if you're in the United States, your library may have a library of things or creative library. Check with them. They will loan you cameras, projectors, video equipment. They may even have an audio lab where you can learn how to edit. You can learn about audio. I actually have a podcast mic. I have a proper mic, but I never use it. I use my phone. Maybe you're thinking, I don't want to use my phone. I want to use the equipment. I have equipment. Go to your library. They can help you out. Maybe. Rec centers and community centers. I took a video editing course at my local recreation center. It's an option. Like you would think, yes, they have sports in here. They have a swimming pool, but they also will teach you how to edit your videos, depending. A community center, newsletters, podcasts, free resources, right? They're sharing information. There are plenty of courses online. So software that I've used or am using now, because again, it was evolution. I started out with absolutely nothing, and that's fine because I got started. Castmagic, I got that to help me with transcripts and for my audio and also video, so I can put it in there. I download it or upload it, and it's changed, but because they keep evolving and evolving. But basically, you download your audio, and I'll have a link in the description. You download your audio, and then you can ask it like, hey, this audio is for YouTube, because sometimes put the audio in because it's faster. It's for YouTube. Can you help me with a description? Or here's a description I wrote. It's kind of like a chat GPT. It's kind of like an AI. My thought on AI real quick, if you care, is to write your own things first. And then, no, it's not advice. It's what I do, but it doesn't matter what I do. What I will say about AI is it's predictive. It's not perfect. It's like a magic 8-ball. Sure, use it, but I wouldn't rely on it too much. And I'll leave it at that for now, but I should probably talk about it at some other point. So iMovie, Castmagic, Grammarly Premium. I just used regular Grammarly for years, and I think it was Jessica Williams. She's on Substack. I'll put a link in the description. She mentioned in one of her newsletters, or maybe it was a one-on-one. I've had the privilege of taking her up on her like mini coaching offers, and I bought her courses and stuff. She's amazing. If you're into side hustles and want to learn more about side hustles, check out her newsletter. She mentioned in passing somewhere that she uses Grammarly Premium, and I was like, should I upgrade? And they had a sale, and I did, and it's awesome. It helps so much with writing and correcting and grammar. For ideas, I use pen and paper. Obviously, sometimes I put something in my Keynote app, or I'll email myself. Yeah, I think I covered about everything in under 10 minutes. Yay! If there's something I didn't touch on or you want me to expound on anything, please let me know. I hope this was a little bit helpful, but what I really want you to get out of this is start and keep going. You can always change things. You can always evolve. I hope I have, like there was a time when I would agonize over thumbnails. So I stopped doing them. If you notice, my YouTube videos don't have thumbnails anymore. It's like, do I want to agonize over thumbnails, or do I want to put the video up? And for me, right now I feel like I just want to put the video up. Will that change? Maybe, maybe. Um, is there anything else I wanted to say? Now let's end here. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, YouTube. Go out and create content. If it's on your mind, then you should do it, because you have something to share and there are people who want to hear it. They want to read it. They want to listen to it.